You have unfinished business, which you aren't even aware of. You need to pick up where you left off, but from a different angle. Return to the gym. Return to your drawing board. Return your attention to the task at hand. Return your connection. Return to the burning structure. You have unfinished business to take care of. All you have to do now is show up with a fresh viewpoint and a new game plan. You've got to finish what you're working on. You have unfinished business to attend. You've got a lot of work ahead of you. The importance of perspective cannot be overstated. Let's get started. I need you to be able to hear me clearly. It's all about how you look at it. You can't alter what happened in the past, but you can change how you think about it. You've got to look at things from a new perspective. Stop whining over the breakup. Stop whining over the loss of your employment. Stop whining about your new place. Your advantage is your point of view. I appreciate you breaking up with me. Here's what you did. You gave someone else a chance to come into my life. I appreciate you firing me. You provided me with the opportunity to learn more about entrepreneurship. I'm not a sourpuss. I've improved. The game is changed by one's perspective. Everyone wants more money, a different lifestyle, new zip codes, and new area codes. But you only read once a week and work out once or twice a month. So the reason you don't have what you see, why what's in your thoughts isn't in your hands, is because it's not your reality. It's because your viewpoint is diametrically opposed to your potential. You don't have it because you don't recognize its worth. If you believe you've been called to be the difference maker, the game changer, the disruptor, the one who walks into a room and changes the mood, if you believe you've been called to be useful rather than useless, everything you do, everything you see, everything you do is based on your perspective, your point of view. Your point of view. What are your thoughts on this? What happens when your perspective, your perception, and your reality are diametrically opposed? Everything rises and falls on your perspective if you want to give, grow, evolve, acquire, and become. Show me someone who despises working out, and I'll show you a man who nearly died when the doctor told him, if you don't work out, you'll die. It is perceived as an issue by some. Another considers it a blessing. He considers it a second chance. His new lease on life requires that I work out, which I do, and which allows me to live a bit longer. As a result, one person sees the gym as a jail, while another sees it as a passport. One man came within inches of losing his life, while another has never come within 100 miles, and one works out twice a month, while the other works out 4 or 5 times a week. Because you don't see the value in it, you only do it once or twice a month. Your frame of view is either your ally or your assassin. Your point of view will either propel you forward or lead you to your death. When we witness a storm or rain, we think of depression instead of thinking grass can't grow without rain. You assume you can't achieve anything. Rain is required for roses to bloom. First and foremost, there is one thing I want you to avoid saying. I should do something. That attitude, viewpoint, ideology, philosophy, and mindset will bankrupt you. This is where I should begin. That's something I should quit doing. I should be able to forgive. I suppose I should. You do not receive what you are entitled to. You obtain what you acquire. I have to exercise a certain number of times every week. I have no choice but to forgive. I need to grow up. I have to evolve. I have to keep my job. I need to mature. I have to stay alive. I need to grow up. I need to advance to the next level. This is the kind of house I'd like to live in. I have to drive a car like this. I don't give a damn about how horrible you think your shoes are. Another man on the planet would do anything to walk a mile in the shoes you're wearing. What does this mean, Marcus? This indicates that whatever you're whining about, what you despise, can't stand, want to leave or give up on, there's someone out there who would do anything to be in your shoes. So here's what I want you to think about. Is this a problem or a window of opportunity? Some of you have been waiting for a chance your entire lives. What if losing your job was a blessing in disguise? What if your divorce turns out to be a blessing in disguise? What if bankruptcy is a blessing in disguise? What if the one you love was an opportunity for you to forgive and reconnect with someone? I'm counting on you to see the larger picture. I'd like you to show some gratitude. You must master the art of smiling. You must exercise. I know you despise going to the gym. I know you despise working out with weights. I know how much you despise cardio. I understand you dislike drinking water. I know you don't enjoy what I'm saying. I just take care of you. But there is someone in the grave today who, if given another chance, would enthusiastically, with great confidence, courage, and constancy, do what you despise simply to live a little longer. Look for the bright side. Consider the big picture. Keep your gratitude to yourself. The giant is not your assassin in the trial, affliction, or adversity. This is your chance to battle the giants. Are you going to whine when you're confronted with a problem, or are you going to grasp the opportunity? I don't care what you're attempting to obtain, what you're attempting to achieve, what you're attempting to give, how you're attempting to evolve, or how you're attempting to become. Everything hinges on your point of view. Stop whining about the jealousy, envy, and backbiting, as well as the person who abandoned you, the person who was absent, the person who lied to you, and the one who tried to manipulate and dominate. I'm not tired. I've matured. I'm not a poisonous person. I'm victorious. I have a different perspective on this. This season was not intended to break you. It came to construct you, change your mindset to become the man or woman God created you to be. There's a reason why they say, see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because if you don't, you'll go insane. You'll become disoriented. If you don't see past this, you'll snap in half. For many of us, the struggle to see beyond our current suffering and into the promise of the future, the ability to see things from a different viewpoint, allows the impossible to become conceivable. You can't change what happened in the past, but you can always modify your viewpoint. From the same level of consciousness that produced, no problem could be solved. It's all a matter of perception when it comes to the seriousness of your difficulties. When you look at things from a different viewpoint, the majority of them appear trivial. Some of them will cease to be issues and instead become possibilities. The instrument you require is the correct perspective. This is the device you require. It's a way of life. It's a benefit. When you change the way you look at things, the things you see change as well. Knowledge, a speech, or a motivational encounter will not keep you going until you place them in context. What are your plans for the rest of the day? Because how you view the remainder of your day often determines how you view the rest of your life. Change your point of view. You have the ability to alter your viewpoint. You have the power to alter the future. Many of you who are reading this right now have unfinished business and need to return to that dream or notion. You set a date. with fate. You have unfinished business to take care of. It's time to go back to the drawing board with a fresh set of eyes. It's your point of view, and keep in mind that point of view forms your language, which in turn shapes your environment. As a result, if you don't start thinking correctly, you won't be able to speak correctly. And if you're not speaking correctly, you won't be able to experience the world you imagine. I'm not sure who God has called you to be, but I can tell you that if you keep perceiving it the way you have, you'll never be it. Everyone aspires to go on to the next level. Everyone aspires to be wealthy and powerful, and everyone wants to be this esoteric uniqueness. But believe me when I say that none of this will appear in your next season with the same perspective. The ability to see things from a different viewpoint makes the seemingly impossible possible.